Hey guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Meghna, and as you might have already seen on the title, I have enrolled for a 3-day course at surfing course at Kayak Boy in Mulki. So come along with me for this journey. So let me introduce you to my cousins. So this is Predna, my cousin sister. Hi. This is my brother Aditya.
Hello guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going.
And this is my cousin brother Prajwal. Hello. Hey guys, so guess what? I ended up bruising myself while surfing.
Do you recall when we drove so far from home down winding roads with no one around? You said to me we found our town, burning our skin on the beach, to the waves crashing in, we fell asleep. These days that we've shared, I will
Both should be parallel. The feet should be parallel.
Oh,
like this? Yeah.
'Cause I'll be holding on to these moments like the shore to the sea, and I'll be thinking, reminiscing about these memories. We chase a new day up the Alpine, we watch the sun paint the morning sky. Remember that time when we stayed up talking all night. So I'll be holding to these moments like the shore
And then
to the
battle
sea.
scars.
And I'll be thinking, just reminiscing about these memories.
So, story time. So, I was.
de sabia, sarique, caxinguele, maracajá, voo de mate, tapere, saci, perere, boitatá. Quando os bichos e seres saírem de dentro da mata fechada, se ouviram gritos da noite, estalo de açoite pela madrugada. De sabia, sarique, caxinguele, maracajá, voo de mate, tapere, saci, perere, boitatá, boitatá, boitatá. Os bichos e seres saírem de dentro da mata fechada, se ouviram gritos da noite, estalo de açoite pela madrugada. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, sumiu a caipora. 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 De sabia, saque, caxinguele, maracajá, voo de mate, tapere, saci, perere, boitatá, boitatá, boitatá. Vai-te embora, subiu a caipora. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, subiu a caipora. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, subiu a caipora. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, subiu a caipora. De sabia, sarique, caxinguele, maracajá, voo de mate, tapere, saci, perere, boitatá. Quando os bichos e seres saírem de dentro da mata fechada, se ouviram gritos da noite, estalo de açoite pela madrugada. De sabia, sarique, caxinguele, maracajá, voo de mate, tapere, saci, perere, boitatá, boitatá, boitatá. Os bichos e seres saírem de dentro da mata fechada, se ouviram gritos da noite, estalo de açoite pela madrugada. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, sumiu a caipora. 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 De sabia, sarique, caxinguele, maracajá, voo de mate, tapere, saci, perere, boitatá, boitatá, boitatá. Vai-te embora, subiu a caipora. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, subiu a caipora. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, subiu a caipora. Arrepiou, vai-te embora, subiu a caipora.
आयता 40 seconds आयता but you took time to step in, so 1 minute.
So let me just do a quick tour of this place. So here is like a surfboard practice place. So you can practice here, it like keeps shaking and stuff. So it gives you that wavy feeling. And then there are a few games here. These are the washrooms, and that's where you do kayaking, and there's the ice bath place. There's like where you go and eat food, as you can see there, and here, that's the cafe. This is the entrance. This is just a sitting area, and you can do waveboarding here. Those are the dormitories. Okay, so you play volleyball here, and there's like a trampoline where you can play, and there's a slack line there and some hammocks. This is also the dormitory, and those are like the mixed dormitories, these ones. We were staying in that one, and this is like a gym. Yeah, and that's where you hang clothes. Okay, so hey guys, so here's a little story time on what exactly happened during my surf sessions. So as you can see, I did get a little bit injured. Yeah, so what happened was that I was a bit overconfident, so it's completely my fault. So like first it happened on the first day within like 15 minutes of me getting into the water. So first we have to take the surfboard and go to the instructor, and the instructor will be pushing us when the right wave comes, and we're supposed to try pop-up is like standing up on the surfboard. So I went to the instructor twice, and then I tried doing the pop-up, and then on the third try he was busy with some other students. So I was a bit bored in the water. I was like just floating around, and I thought, why not just try it by myself? And that was my first biggest mistake. So apparently when you're surfing, there is an, like, if you're doing it by yourself, first you're supposed to paddle and then you're supposed to pop up. So I on the first day tried doing the pop-up without even learning what paddling is. So when I came near the shore, I tried popping up, and then I fell down, and then I hit the ground, like I fell inside the water, hit the ground, like nose dived, and then I kind of hit my head as well. And then that's basically how this happened. Like my skin went, nothing is broken, it's just my skin peeled off and it's healing. So as soon as that happened, I got off to the shore, and then I did not know what exactly happened. I did not know that my face was bruised. I just felt a little bit numb here. It was not exactly paining or anything, so I was a bit confused. So I asked my cousin sister, who was also there, I asked her if she can see anything on my face, and she took a while to notice, but she came near me and she was like, oh shit. So then we went to one of the instructors who was on the shore, and then we told him, and he immediately got up, and then he got me some medicine, and he told me to hold it for some time. And then he told me to sit next to him for some time, and then he was just calming me down. And he also showed me his experience on when he also nosedived once upon a time, and when the waves were too harsh. He showed me pictures and all, and it was worse than mine. And he was completely healed also, so it kind of calmed me down a bit. So it was just calming me down. And then after that, apparently also the surfboard which I chose for the aesthetic appeal was not exactly beginner friendly. So he also noticed that, and then he exchanged the boards and gave me an easier board, like beginner friendly board. And then I went right back into the ocean and tried again. So after this happened, I was a little bit scared to go stand up again, because every time I tried to stand up, I imagined myself nosediving again. And so yeah, that was a little bit like of a trauma for me. So because of that, it took me a little time to pop up. So I did not exactly completely pop up. I almost like sat down. I did stand up a few times, but then I put my weight a lot on the back side of the surfboard, which caused the nose of the surfboard to rise up and me falling. But overall, it was an amazing experience, and I would definitely be going back and learning it properly. So yeah, 3-day surf session was good, but I think ideally a 5-day surf session will be the best and ideal choice. So yeah, that's basically it. So in 3 days you can manage a lot, but if you have 5 days, I think it'll be like very optimal. So I recommend going for 5 days. And then about Kayak Boy, so I am in love with Kayak Boy, not gonna lie. So the people there, the management, the instructors, they're all so chill, they're so nice, and the instructors are so fun, so cool. And they after the surf sessions, they came back to the camp, and they played volleyball with us. They were doing slacklining, they were teaching us how to do it and helping us out. They were really good. And then there was instructors of the kayak. There's also kayak in Kayak Boy, obviously. So the instructors out there also, it was extremely fun. Loved them all. And then the management as well. So I was wakeboarding on the second day. I was wakeboarding the whole day, like from after my surf sessions at 6:30. Like my surf session started at 6:30. I came back around 7:30 some time that time. And after that, I came back, I freshened up, and then I found a wakeboard, and I was just wakeboarding the whole day. And the place to wakeboard is like near the reception. So I was just wakeboarding the whole day, and nobody minded, and they were all pretty chill. And they also supported, they moved away the carpet so that I get more space, and they were actually really encouraging. I just have to point that out. Like every time, for the smallest of things, they would be very encouraging, which really motivated us a lot. And the crowd there, the people who came from far away, they were like people from North India, South India, Northeast India, so many people, amazing people, such good vibes. And we socialized a lot with them, we had a lot of fun, we played games, and it was just amazing. I loved it. And then yeah, the second day I was wakeboarding from morning till and with breaks in the afternoon. My cousins and all went to play volleyball, so I just sat and I just watched the game. It was so fun to watch. The instructor's commentary was amazing. And yes, and then I was just lying down in the hammock and then just enjoying and the view. And then I went back and then I started wakeboarding again. I learned how to wakeboard within 1 day. And then the instructors were there till around 10 o'clock at night, just hanging out. We were just speaking, talking. It was just such a fun time, and I would definitely be going back. I kind of miss it now, now that I'm here. So yeah, that's basically how it went for me. Also I thought I'll just give you all some tips and tips on how to survive surf sessions. So basically, first of all, don't choose your surfboard based on aesthetic appeal. Choose the one which is beginner friendly, and also when you're surfboarding, when you're popping up, make sure you pop up when you're not near the shore, okay? Because when you fall, then you're nearer to the ground. Then if when you fall in the water, you have that it's like a safe place. Like you just fall into water and nothing happens, you don't hit the ground or anything. When you fall near the shore, there are high chances you hit the ground. So yeah, I recommend, if you're falling, fall inside the proper water area, so that you have that blanket that protects you when you fall. And yeah, it's basically my advice. And just practice popping up again and again, at home also. Before you go to the surf session, I recommend you practice how to pop up, so that there it's much more easier to pop up. Yeah. Okay, so about surfing, so you don't need to know how to swim to surf at all. So if you know swimming, it's an added benefit, but you don't need to know swimming at all. It's not at all necessary. So basically, your surfboard will have a leash connected to it, and that leash will be connected to your legs. So even if you fall, your surfboard will always be somewhere near you itself, and you can just pull your leash to get your surfboard near you. So that is a good thing. And you can just climb on your surfboard, or just hold your surfboard to float on the water. And the water is not very deep, it's shallow. You can stand up on the water on the beach. So that is there, and the instructors will always be there, so they won't let you get away too far, and you won't be getting away too far also. So yeah, that is how it works. Also, another thing is that there's a lot of people who's gonna be there on the same beach, so it might get a little bit messy. So I think one batch contains 20 people, so it is ideal that you space yourself from them, so that there's no collision and all. So just be careful on that. But it's safe, completely safe according to me. And yeah, another thing would be, let me think. So yeah, before you go into the water, first there'll be a warm-up session, and after the warm-up session, they'll teach you how to pop up on the shore. And once that is done, you'll be going into the water. So when you're going inside the water, make sure you hold the surfboard. Like when you're going inside, make sure you hold the surfboard away from the water, like a bit higher up, because when the wave comes, you're gonna fall down. So just hold it, and until you reach for a little bit forward, and you can put the waveboard properly, and surfboard properly, and you can pull it further. Just hold it up, and then once you get to a place where there is more water, just keep your surfboard flat on the water, and you can just pull it slowly. And once the wave comes, you can just hold the surfboard, and then you can just jump, and you'll be fine. Another thing is that never hold your surfboard forward. Okay, so it should always be sideways, because if you hold it forward, when the wave comes, it's gonna come and hit you. So if you hold it sideways, that's not gonna happen. So that is one tip. And another tip is that, let's see, be patient. And another tip is just be patient. Don't everyone grows in different rates. So some person might be learning at a faster rate, or might master their pop-up pretty soon on the first day, and for you it might take a few more time, or like maybe you might need more than 3 days. And it's completely normal, it's completely fine. We're all different, and that doesn't make you any lesser, it doesn't make them any better. So just don't stress about that. What you're here to do is to have fun, to learn a new skill, and that's pretty much it. Be adventurous. I think falling is so much more adventurous. So if you're gonna fall, that's great. Like, I'm really proud of my scar right here. I mean, I hope it goes away. I mean, it is healing, but then I think I just feel a bit more cooler with this. So yeah, that is that. So I have fallen so many times off my surfboard, and it's honestly much more fun. So yeah, and just enjoy the process, enjoy it, just completely enjoy it. It's okay if you fall, it's okay if it takes you a lot of time than others, it's completely fine. Okay, so yeah, here's a little a few more things about Kayak Boy that I'd like to mention. So the in Kayak Boy inside the camp, there's a cafe. There's a lot of good food in there, and if you scan a QR code, you'll get the menu, and you can order through that. And there's a lot of places where you can sit down and eat with the view, with a very good view of the water, backwaters. And also another thing is that there's a trampoline, and there is a gym, there is an open gym, and there is hammocks where you can lie down, there's slack lines, there is a volleyball court, and there are dormitories. So there is mixed dormitories, there is female dormitories, and there is private rooms, as well as you can also stay in tents as well. So all these are there, and then there's a place to hang all your clothes. And I stayed in the mixed dormitory because I had all my cousins with me, and it was an AC room, and it was really clean, it was neat, and they kept maintaining it throughout. And yeah, I basically liked the service, I liked the dorms, and I liked the games that we played. What else was there? And there's a washroom. It's very well maintained, and yeah, it's pretty much it. And yeah, there's also a place where you can learn how to balance. I'll show you that video. So you can just try to pop up on that. It's like on inside the camp. You can just try to pop up on that, and it gives you a wave-like feeling. So it's like a wooden surfboard kind of a replica will be tied up to two wooden branches or something, and then you try to get on top of that, and then that shakes a bit, so that gives you that wave-like feeling. So that is nice, and there's a lot of games that you can play. It's honestly really fun. I totally 100% recommend. There's a lot of solo travelers also, like male solo travelers and female solo travelers. So if you're someone who's traveling solo, then you have company. And another thing is that if you're gonna rent cars or scooties, make sure you plan ahead, because something that I've noticed is that people there, when they try to rent a car or a scooty, it was already fully booked. Okay, so I recommend you guys plan it before itself, so that it's not a chaos in the last minute. Yeah, it's basically it. And there's a lot of places in Mangalore and Udupi that you have to visit. So Mulki, it's in Mulki, yeah. So Mulki is near Mangalore and Udupi. So in Mangalore there are a lot of good cafes, and the food is really good, and it is for a really good price. So good food, good price, amazing place, amazing ambience. So yeah, also when you're in Mangalore or Udupi, try the seafood, because we are really famous for that. So you can go to Machlis, they have really good seafood. And in Udupi you have a heritage site where there are like old houses, they are open, there's like nobody living in there, so a lot of old houses, you can go visit them. so it's like a heritage site. And also there are a lot of temples that you can visit in Udupi. There is the Sri Krishna Mutt, which is really famous, and there is the Kadri Manjunath temple. So this a lot of temples, amazing place. And there is the Saint Aloysius Chapel also, which you can visit. So many places and so many good food. Yeah. And there is Bhutakola, which is the dance of the deities. Okay, so it's usually conducted by families, so you have to do a little bit research on that, I guess, when you go, so that you can experience it. It's amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's all a lot of things you can do in Mangalore. So yeah. Bye bye.